Thank you.
See, the lobotomy already beginning to work.
And just call me L.B. Johnson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you in a couple.
Thank you.
It's 8:20, 20 minutes after the hour, and joining us now is life coach Ken Rupert. Good morning, Ken. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Sean. I trust you're doing well.
We are doing great. And, we keep hearing this term, life coach, and it's gaining in more and more popularity. So how would life, I know you focus on the caregiver, because there are a lot of people that are thrust into these situations where all of a sudden they've got to care for a spouse or a parent or another loved one. And no, there's no training. There's no books that you read. So how does life coaching help when it comes to a caregiver?
Well, caregiving is all about balance, and to the extent that the caregiver can create a balance between managing life and providing care, he or she can reduce the stress associated with caregiving. And so life coaching gives the caregiver a trusted partner to help in the development of a plan for the future that creates that balance.
So can you give us an example so that people can put it in real-world terms? How does this work? What does it look like?
Sure. One question that is never far from the caregiver's mind is, who will take care of my loved one if something happens to me? And so part of the process is that the life coach helps the caregiver develop a plan that includes items such as effective and efficient use of resources, developing a support network, updating estate documents, building contingency plans for recognizable roadblocks, and mitigation plan for surprises. And all of that creates the balance. Real quick, I just want to say that in his book, I Shall Wear Midnight, Terry Pratchett wrote this: balance. It was all about balance. That had been one of the first things that she had learned. The center of the seesaw is neither up nor down, but upness and downness flow through it while it remains unmoved. You have to be the center of the seesaw so that the pain flows through you and not into you. It was very hard, but she could do it. I love that quote because life coaching gives the caregiver the ability to be the center of the seesaw and manage life properly.
I think you're right there, because because for a lot of people I talk with that are thrust into this sudden role of being a caregiver, it is extremely stressful on that person. And if you don't have that balance, you could see where you get overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
So how do our listeners contact you to learn more about caregiver life coaching?
They could go to my website, which is Vita-Copia or they could give me a call on 301-802-0741.
And we should point out that you yourself are a caregiver and you're thrust into this as well. So you're speaking from experience.
Yeah, 14 years ago, my son was born with a rare medical condition, and recently my father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So I'm in the thrust of it.
Yes, you are. Ken, thanks so much. We appreciate it. It's Ken Rupert, life coach. And if you need some coaching on caregiving, he's the guy that you want to talk to. He does amazing work. It's 8:23, 23 minutes after the hour. You're listening to Sean and Frank, Maryland's Wake Up Call.